Hello, and welcome back to Spittin Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. It is Tuesday, so that means NFL recap, so let's go ahead and get right to those games. So, Thursday you had the Eagles in New York to take on the Giants. The Giants, the season's pretty much gone for them, which we probably knew that a while ago when the season started. Saquon, he's a beast, but they've got to get quarterback play for the Giants to improve at all. The Eagles made short work of the Giants on Thursday night. 34-13 was the final score. Eagles, they improved to 3-3. The Giants fell to 1-5. I saw something really cool though. The NFL working with Twitch streamers. I saw Tim the Tap Man. If anybody watches people stream games, video games on Twitch, he was actually working with the NFL, and they let him stream and commentate the game, or do his own commentation or reaction to the game. It was pretty cool. If you don't know what Twitch is, go ahead and head over there and check it out. It's really cool. But anyway, let's get to the Sunday's action. The Ravens dominated the Titans. They set a franchise record for sacks. They had 11 in the game. Titans didn't score a point. Titans are really struggling. The AFC South looked like it could have been one of the best divisions with the three teams at the top, or the three of those teams possibly being contenders in the AFC with the Titans, Jags, and Texans, but they've all disappointed to this point. It's just going to be who can make it to 500, it seems like, and win that division. The Titans' offense, terrible. They had the one good week against the Eagles, but that's been it. They got to figure something out if they want to be back where they were last year. Ravens, looks like it's their division in the North. Pittsburgh's woken up, but anyway, Ravens just absolutely destroy the Titans, 21-0 on Sunday. The Buccaneers, they headed to Atlanta. The Falcons, another high-scoring game. Of course it is with the Falcons. The Falcons, they did finally win, and on their home field for their second win of the season. They finally outscored somebody, but they beat the Bucs 34-29. They were ahead early, and the Bucs fought back in the second half. Winston's first start, he threw for 395 and 4 tutties, but it didn't matter. Julio, another huge game yardage-wise, no touchdown still. But the Falcons pick up their second win of the season. They're 2-4. The Bucs are 2-3 now. The Falcons won 34-29. The Steelers, they just do what they do against the Bengals. They beat them. Great game. It took a very late touchdown from Big Ben to Antonio Brown. It was with less than 20 seconds left, if I remember correctly. I watched it, but it was in the last 20 seconds or so. He hit Antonio Brown, 30-yard touchdown. He just outran everybody to the end zone. The Steelers, they're finally awake. They're finally alive. They're 3-2-1. The Bengals fall to 4-2 now. They still hold the tiebreaker on the Ravens, but still, the three teams. All four of those teams are good football teams in the AFC North. So we'll see how it shakes out as the season goes along. But the Steelers beat the Bengals 28-21. The next one was kind of surprising, but the Chargers, we knew they were a good football team, and they proved just how good they are against that Browns defense. The Browns defense is a good defense, but they got ate up on Sunday. Melvin Gordon had 3 touchdowns for the Chargers, and the Chargers in Cleveland just beat up on the Browns 38-14. The next one, it was I believe it was the first London game of the year, it was in London, in England, and the Seahawks just absolutely destroyed the Raiders, 27-3. No competition whatsoever. The Raiders scored their 3 points in the final quarter. The Raiders may be the worst team in football this season. Obviously, rumors going around they want to trade Amari Cooper ASAP, but he just got a concussion last week, so we'll see. But the Seahawks, they improved to 3-3. Raiders are now 1-5. 27-3 Seahawks over the Raiders. Next one was a surprise. I thought, especially with Brock Osweiler starting for the Dolphins, I thought the Bears would win this one relatively easy. Obviously not the case. The final score, did go to overtime. The final score was Dolphins 31. The Bears were 28. Trubisky had another pretty good game. He's starting to improve, showing improvement. Osweiler, where did this come from? 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. Frank Gore had 101 on the ground, and Albert Wilson went off at wide receiver for Miami, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. But it went to overtime, and it looked like Kenyon Drake was going to be able to walk in the end zone for a touchdown. He fumbled inside the 1-yard line. The Dolphins obviously got the ball back and ended up kicking a game-winning field goal, but crazy game. Both starting running backs for both teams fumbled on the goal line in that football game. But the Dolphins, they get it done in overtime, 31-28. After that 2-game skid, they finally won another. They're up to 4-2 now. The Bears are 3-2 now. So everything's starting to heat up in the NFC North now too, which we knew it would. But Dolphins 31-28 over the Bears in overtime. The next one, Cardinals, Vikings. What everybody expected to happen, the Vikings won. And that's exactly what happened. What can you say? Vikings, they're a very good football team. Still a Super Bowl contender. They improved to 3-2-1. The Cardinals fell to 1-5. They're one of the 3 worst football teams in the league this year. I think there is just a tier below everybody else, and you've got the Cardinals and you got the Raiders, especially. The Bills could almost be classified there, but the Bills they've beaten the Vikings. They beat Tennessee last week, but the Vikings improved to 3-2-1, 27-17 over the Cardinals. The next one, I picked the Colts to win. Didn't happen, obviously. High-scoring game. The Jets, they put up over 40 again. Second time this year. They put up over 40 on the Lions to start the season on Monday Night Football. But they outlast the Colts there, 42-34. The Jets kicked 7 field goals in the game. So, but Andrew Luck, he's slinging the ball. His shoulder might have been hurt, but he might not have an arm at the end of the season. His arm might fly off one of these games. He still threw for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns again. He's having a killer fantasy year this year. A good year to have Andrew Luck. But the Colts, they're just not good as a football team. They're 1-5. The Jets, they're at 500 now, 3-3. A bit of a surprise. But they're still in the same division with New England, so they're still that. But the Jets, they improved to 3-3, 42-34 over the Colts. The next one, I picked this game correct on the Thursday pick'em. I said the Redskins, they'd find a way to beat the Panthers at home, and that's exactly what they did, even with some of their offensive guys out for the game. Adrian Peterson, he's playing with one arm right now, and he's still out there, almost 100 yards in that game. The Redskins, they jumped out early, and then they just held on to it from there. The final score is 23-17. The Redskins, they're now 3-2. The Panthers are now 3-2. I think they're both good football teams. I think they're both playoff-worthy teams, but we'll just have to see as the season goes. But they're both 3-2 now after their game on Sunday. The next one, you had the Bills and the Texans. I saw this somewhere. The Texans have the least exciting 3-game win streak ever. They're 3-3 now, which is surprising. The Texans are. They're 3-3. I still don't think they're very good. They won 20-13. Deshaun Watson, like I said, he is hurt. He is hurt. They said he had a collapsed lung, a bruised lung, cracked ribs after the Dallas game, and he still played on Sunday, but he didn't have a good game. He did throw the touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins, but Bills' defense is good, but the Texans were just a little better in that game, 20-13 on their home field. The Bills are now 2-4. The Texans are now 3-3. The next one, you had the Rams and Broncos. In case you didn't know, Todd Gurley, he's a beast. In case you didn't already know that, just letting you know, Todd Gurley's pretty good at football. In case you didn't already know that. But the Rams, they squeak out another one, 23-20 over the Broncos in Denver. Todd Gurley, though, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. What can you say? Jared Goff didn't have a great game. It doesn't matter when you got Todd Gurley running the way he does. He had 2 more touchdowns on Sunday. But the Rams get the job done. Stay undefeated. Only undefeated team left. They're 6-0 now, and the Broncos have lost 4 in a row. They're 2-4 now. The next one, this one blew me out of the water. I thought the Jags were going to win this one because their defense alone, and their defense has become their problem. Has become a problem for them. They got ran out of AT&T Stadium on Sunday by the Cowboys, 40-17. Dak didn't even throw for 200 yards, but he still had 2 touchdowns. Zeke, he had 106 and a touchdown. Cole Beasley, we haven't heard his name for the last couple seasons too much, but he had 101 yards and both of those touchdowns from Dak through the air. And the Cowboys just absolutely destroy the Jags. Both teams put both teams at 3-3 on the year. The Jags, they're just part of that mess of the AFC South right now. The Cowboys, they're still hanging around. Surprisingly, can't name any of the receivers. Cole Beasley, just because he's on the thing there. But no, I kid. But Cowboys 40-7 all over the Jags. All over the Jags. The next one was one heck of a football game. I did pick the Patriots to win in my pick'ems on Thursday. I just thought in Foxborough they're going to be just a little too much, which ended up being the case. But they were all over the Chiefs at halftime, and then the Chiefs went off in the second half. But the Patriots did too. The Chiefs fought all the way back. Tyreek Hill, beast. Kareem Hunt, beast. But we already knew those things. And that guy Patrick Mahomes, he's pretty good at throwing the football. In case you didn't know that already too. But Patrick Mahomes, 352 and 4 touchdowns. He did throw another interception, 2 more interceptions in that game. So he's not perfect anymore. Obviously, he threw some last week. But the Patriots hit Gronk late. Gostkowski kicks the game winner as time expires. And the Patriots, they hand the Chiefs their first loss, 43-40 on Sunday Night Football. But one heck of a football game. The Patriots are now 4-2. The Chiefs are now 5-1. That's probably a preview of what the AFC Championship game is going to look like. Those two teams are they're amazing, both of them. I think they are the class of the AFC right now, no doubt about it. And of course the Rams, they're the class of the NFL, much less the NFC. But Monday Night Football last night, the 49ers scored 24 in the first half. That was surprising to me. It was 24-20 at the half. 49ers were up. The 49ers are competing. No matter who they've played to this point, they're 1-5, but they're competing even with Beathard as their quarterback, as their starting quarterback right now. The Packers, when it's all said and done, I just don't think they're gonna make any noise in the playoffs. I just don't think they're overall that great. Their offense is good, but their defense is a problem for them right now. They're giving up points. They improved to 3-2-1, so you got to give them that. They're 3-2-1 through 6 games. The 49ers fall to 1-5. But the Packers, Crosby, after that terrible week he had last week, came back. He redeemed himself. He made the game winner, but he made several other field goals last night. But he's back on the right track. He's back to being Mason Crosby after that weird week last week, missing all the extra point, the field goals, all that stuff. But the Packers get the job done on Monday Night Football last night, 33-30 over the 49ers. Your 2 bye weeks were the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. But that does do it for the recap for Week 6 of the NFL. I wanted to say Week 7. Sorry, I'm getting overlapping with college football. But anyway, that is all the games. That is the recap for Week 6 of the NFL. Be looking for picks on Thursday for Week 7 of the NFL slate. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget, click that like button, leave a big thumbs up, share the content, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this and all the others that I put out. But this has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.